Right, just cast out. I'm fishing this new gummy worm. It's got an amber tail. It's got a sunbursty orange body. Fishing under the indicator about 4 foot. The reason I'm fishing this one today is I want to prove it catches fish. I speaking to a chap this morning in the shop, and he said he was up here yesterday and he really struggled. Now, this guy normally catches plenty of fish, and he fished all day for 5 fish. So I thought, right, if it's fishing hard, great, good time to try a new pattern. Because at the end of the day, if it's fishing really well and you come up with a new pattern and everybody's catching fish, it can give you a false sense of security, thinking you've got a brand new pattern that's a killer pattern. Well, if the fish are on the feed and they're taking virtually a lot of, not anything but a lot of different patterns, then you can start thinking, oh, I've got a great fly here, and it might not be so great on another day. However, come up on a hard day and you start catching a few fish or getting takes on the fly, when everybody else is struggling, it can indicate that on that particular day it's a good pattern, or it could be a good pattern full stop, especially when everybody else is struggling. Another good thing about using a new pattern, apart from trying to find a killer pattern, is these lakes, they get fished heavily, so the fish see pretty much everything and they get caught on a variety of methods. So if you're putting a new fly in front of their face, chances are they've never been caught on anything like it, so they'll take it more freely. I haven't picked a very good day. It's blowing a hurricane. It's gusting up to 60 miles an hour. You can see it there now, and the indicator's flying. Difficult to cast into this wind. It's swirling, gusting. It's actually dropped to what it was. It's probably dropped to about 30 or 40 miles an hour. I fished an intermediate when I first come on at lunchtime, and I had a few fish out the bottom lake, just pulling worms. I thought I'd come up here this afternoon in the last couple of hours to try this amber gummy. I've had takes on it. There's a take there. Yeah, straight in. That's not a bad fish. It's on the new gummy worm again. Probably see the gummy worm in a fish's mouth. Nice and bright. There it is. Gummy, because it's got a long tail, you get the takes. However, you don't always hook up. I've tried cutting the tails shorter. When you do eventually get a take, you more chance of hooking up. However, you don't get as many takes. So you've either got to put up with missing takes but getting plenty, or not getting very many takes and converting those into a fish on the bank. Personally, I like to get plenty of takes. The weed out there, fish tend to hang around it, but you can't get any depth on the indicator. And the fish are in the weeds, and it's a difficult one to fish properly, especially in bright sunshine. The sun's gone down, so the fish are coming out of the weeds a little bit now, and I'm starting to get a few takes. Missing a few, but I'm getting a few as well. The Amber Gummy again. It's a new pattern that will be available in the shop very, very soon. In fact, I'll probably start tying them tomorrow, Monday. Nice stamp of fish. They're not massive fish, but by the quality. Oh, I haven't said that. Just come out in the net. The Amber Gummy. It's a nice looking fly as well. You can probably pick up the glitzy bling in there. There's UV and gold. Right, I've moved pegs. I had a couple of fish from down that peg down there and missed a few takes, so I'm moving up a little bit. I'm going to move a little bit each time rather than just sit on fish. Hopefully try and get a few takes off different pegs. Ripple isn't as good here as it is down there, which the indicator's still working the fly properly, mind. It's making the tail wriggle, I would think, underwater. And if it does pass a fish, then it will look lifelike and the fish will have a pop at it. Oh, fish just come up there. Oh, dropped it off. Never mind. You can see what fly it's on, still on the amber. Again, straight away, they're dropping a fish. Oh, it's not bad, it's a good fighting fish, big by the fight. I'm still fishing 4 foot under the indicator, 3 to 4 foot. A lot of people struggling down the bottom there and struggled on this lake and all. And we're getting fish. On the gummy worm. It's a bit battered there, but it's see what it's like when it dips in the water. You can see it fluffs out a bit, the body fluffs out nicely. You can see the bits in it. That's just wrapped around there. We again. Oh, and it's off. I'm getting a few takes, I'm dropping a few fish. Good fun. Not so good if you're fishing a match and missing takes and dropping fish, but when you're pleasure fishing, it's good. Keeps you interested if you're getting takes. If you're not getting takes, you get a bit bored and you start wanting to change your fly. And personally, I don't. I come down and I decide I'm going to fish with something, and I tend to stick with it for quite some time. I'll alter the depth on the indicator before I change my fly, and I'll play around with different depths. And then if I kind of get it to work at all, if I kind of get any takes after a long time, then I'll change my fly and then start playing with the depths again. I think depth is important when you're fishing the indicator. It's more important than the fly you've got on the end of it, to be honest. Or at least that's the way I think. I know there'll be 1,000,001 anglers out there think differently and probably say, you know, they'll disagree with us. But it seems to work for me. It's in my head and it works for me, and that's what's important. It's not what anybody else thinks, it's what's in my head. And if it works for you, then stick with it, mate.